Yum, yum. I love chocolate. Delicious. Tastes good.
Hello Tom Moss the Prank Engine. When we left you last time, you were stuck in your tunnel and a piece of track had been removed. How did you get out of that? Oh, I see. You keep some spare track just in case. Clever. What's that boulder? You're up to mischief again, aren't you? Thomas was in a very good mood. He was steaming around his branch line, pulling his favourite coaches, Annie and Clarabelle. Percy was also steaming around, collecting and delivering the mail. Thomas stopped for Percy. "Isn't it a lovely day?" said Thomas. "Yes, it's great to be an engine on a day like this," said Percy. Thomas went round the next bend, straight into a boulder. "Where did that come from?" said Thomas. His front wheels were now on top of the boulder and his sides had collapsed. "I might have known it was you, Tom Moss," said Thomas, who just couldn't move. "Oh dear, Thomas," said Percy, who was passing. "That looks painful. I'll take Annie and Clarabelle for you and then get some help." Digging Rig's Chomper and Sam arrived. "Don't worry, Thomas," said Chomper. "We'll soon have you back on the track again." He pushed Thomas's sides back up. He then lifted Thomas off the boulder. Sam scooped the boulder up to take it away, but Thomas said he had an idea. Thomas thanked Chomper and off he went. Sam went in the other direction. Now Thomas knew where Tom Moss was hiding, and he crept around the back of his tunnel. "Right," he said, "now for my clever plan." He moved forwards a little so that Tom Moss could see him. It worked. Tom Moss charged out of his tunnel straight towards the boulder, but turned right, just missing the boulder. Thomas followed, but went straight on. Oh no! Twice in one day. How embarrassing. Thanks for watching our story featuring the Trackmaster Crash and Repair Thomas. When Thomas hits the boulder, his buffers push back, changing his face and dropping his sides. Then just reset them the next time. The included boulder can be placed anywhere on the track to activate Thomas. Peppa and George were on their way to a fancy dress party, dressed as astronauts. Thomas was taking the broken jet to be repaired. But just as he went up the slope of the bridge, the jet fired and Thomas took off into space, powered by the jet engine. "Wow!" cried Peppa. "We really are astronauts now." On a nearby planet, Major Clanger saw Thomas, Peppa and George through his telescope. He called out to Small Clanger and Tiny Clanger. "You can land here," said Peppa to Thomas, and he landed. Small and Tiny raced out to meet them. "This is George," said Peppa. "Look, he's smaller than you, Tiny." Tiny and Small talked to Thomas. Major Clanger called them all inside. Tiny went off to fetch her scooter. George hopped on and off they went. Oh, Tiny and George have crashed. They seem to be okay. Peppa told Major Clanger that Thomas needed his jet engine looked at. Major Clanger examined the jet. Then he called for the iron chicken. Now the iron chicken was made from scrap metal and lived in a nest above their planet. He asked the iron chicken if she had the part that Thomas needed. The iron chicken flew off. The iron chicken arrived back with a spare part. Major Clanger took it and fixed the jet. "We must go now," said Peppa. Mummy Clanger and Granny came to say goodbye. Small and Tiny said goodbye to Peppa and George. The jet fired and Thomas took off into space. "Hang on, Peppa," said Thomas. "This could be a bumpy landing." "I'm sorry you're late for your fancy dress party," said Thomas. "Oh, but we've been real astronauts," said Peppa. "Much better than just fancy dress." Thanks for watching our story featuring the Clangers' home planet. Characters: Iron Chicken and Scooter. The minions were fed up of looking the same.
Oh.
Apart from some having one eye and some having two, they looked the same. And wore the same clothes. they looked at the trains. They were all different colours and all different shapes.
Ooh.
Now the Minions' new best friend, Tom Moss the Prank Engine, had an idea. He reversed into the tunnel and started making some adjustments. The Minions followed. They then hid behind the bushes at each end of the tunnel. Tom Moss had decided that if he couldn't change the Minions, he'd change every train to look the same. They were all changed into Thomases. Tom Moss came to inspect the tunnel. He accidentally changed himself into Thomas and quickly reversed back through again. On the track there was chaos. All the Thomases were chasing each other round and round, and nobody knew who was who. The real Thomas then turned up. Oh no! What's happened? Why are there lots of me? Then he saw the Minions.
Uh-oh.
He went back through the tunnel and kept examining it. Tom Moss then came around the corner and saw the real Thomas. Tom Moss made a run for it. The Minions made a run for it. The real Thomas realised what had happened and led the other Thomases back into the tunnel. And one by one they changed back to their correct size and colour. Thomas was pleased with his work. Tom Moss enjoyed the prank. And the Minions decided that all looking the same wasn't so bad after all.
Okay.
The Avengers were in their headquarters. What was that? Asked Ant-Man. It was the Green Goblin. And he was stealing the Martians by teleporting them away. What are we going to do? Asked Ant-Man. He took all of the Martians. Actually, not all of them, replied Iron Man. He had hidden one away earlier. Captain America opened it. Hulk was inside.
Hulk-like.
Go and get him, Hulk, said Iron Man. So off the two Hulks went. Huh? Got him! The Hulks opened it. Oh no! Ultron was inside. Get rid of him, Hulk. Nice one. Oh, actually you've thrown him straight to the Green Goblin. They're working together now. Let's sort them out, said Captain America to Ant-Man. But how will we get there? Asked Ant-Man. Along came Thomas. I'll help, cried Thomas. So Ant-Man and Captain America jumped into his trucks. I can surprise him if I shrink down, thought Ant-Man, so he activated his suit. Give us back our Mash'ems, said Captain America. As the captain was talking to the bad guys, Ant-Man was secretly taking the Mash'ems back. Ultron noticed. Get him, cried Captain America. Ant-Man got the Green Goblin. There's only enough room for one Mash'em, said Ant-Man. So they took just the one and left the other for Iron Man. Iron Man was in this Mash'em. Perfect, thought Iron Man. So he took off with his Mash'em. Oh no, said the Green Goblin, and the Iron Men sorted them out. The bad guys were defeated and locked up, and the last Mash'em was opened. Falcon was inside. No! Well done, everyone. Thomas and Percy were hard at work. But strange things kept on happening. First of all, a water tower acted strangely. It randomly turned on and leaked a lot of water. Thomas stopped. That's strange, he thought. Oh well, it must be broken. I better report it to Sir Topham Hatt later. And off he went. But it wasn't leaking because it was broken. Percy then encountered something strange. He had to stop at a signal. Both of the signals say stop, he thought. But then... it was changing by itself. Percy was a bit confused, but then thought maybe it was just the wind changing them. So he thought nothing of it and continued with his journey. But it wasn't the wind that was changing it. Thomas then came across something on the track. He had to stop. There were some abandoned trucks on the track. How did they get there, he wondered, when suddenly they moved by themselves. Thomas was stunned. But at least it wasn't Darth Vader moving them this time. Thomas was now a bit spooked, so he fled. What was moving the trucks? He ran over to Percy. "Percy, some weird things are happening," he said. "I know. What's going on?" asked Percy. "Perhaps Sodor is haunted," suggested Thomas. "No, there's no such thing as ghosts," said Percy. Suddenly, a chilling wind picked up. "Come on, let's finish our job so we can get back into our nice warm sheds," said Percy. Thomas agreed. So they both continued with their jobs. Nearby, Tom Moss wanted to have some fun. He thought if he changed the points, he could make Thomas and Percy collide. But shortly after he changed it, they changed back. Tom was confused. He tried to change it again. But it changed back again. He was frustrated, but when he looked around, he saw all of the spooky things happening. He wanted no part of this madness, so he ran back to his tunnel. Later on, Thomas and Percy had finished their jobs. "Come on, let's get back to the sheds," said Percy. "Yes, and we can forget about these strange things that have happened," added Thomas. They were about to go when they heard... "What was that?" cried Percy. "It sounded like a ghost," said Thomas. Then, out of the corner of their eyes, they saw something fade away. "Did you see that?" asked Thomas. "I did," said Percy. "Find out what that was soon." Hi, I'm Dave. Thanks for watching my video. Please click on any of the links below and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.